Hello, and welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, let's just say that you've jumped into the new Season 9 DLC, and you're hauling around water for the firefighting missions, but you want to be able to haul more in one trip. Well, I have the solution for you. Now, there are multiple mods that we are going to be going over in this video. One of them is going to be the truck itself, and that is the GGMS Arctos. Now, this is a truck pack. There are a bunch of different versions of this truck in the pack, and even if this style of truck isn't your personal favorite or personal preference, I still definitely recommend giving it a try. Now, the other part of this adventure is in the way of, let's just say, well, you can see a little bit of it right there. It is probably one of the largest water tank options you've ever seen. And it's this, the Fire and Rescue B-Double. Now, this is one of the few B-Doubles in the game, and it is an absolute monster of a trailer setup. You can haul so much water in this thing that basically you could make a trip around that first map in Season 9, just dropping off water in different locations and not really worrying too much about it. Now, we are not on one of the Season 9 maps right now. We're actually on the summer testing grounds so that we can put this truck through its paces and see what these trailers are like once you actually get them off of the road. Now, I'm sure that they're going to have their limitations, but I really want to see what those limitations are. Now, the beauty of this GGMS Arctos is, as you can see, it has a lot of steering angle in the front, and it's very, very, very maneuverable. Even more so than a lot of the other trucks you may be used to driving in-game. Now, God, look how enormous this setup is. Like, it doesn't look all that massive when you see it in pictures, and then you look at it from the side, and you're like, oh, this is ridiculously long. And then you drive it, and that's when it really starts to, like, hit home how massively long this whole setup is. Also, the fact that the Arctos has a really, like, nice interior space, and it's just genuinely a nice place to be, I think definitely adds to the, immersion of it all. And I love the fact that you can put a long vehicle warning on the front of the truck itself. I think that also adds a lot to the experience. It just adds a lot to, like, the overall personality and character of the truck and trailer. So let's see what happens when we put this thing up against some mud, because there is a lot of mud in Season 9, and if we want to know how this thing's going to do, especially on that first Season 9 map, we're going to have to put it into some mud and see what it can do. So let's see. We are running one of the mud tires, and we are also running a lifted suspension, which is not actually in high mode right now, and so far in the shallow stuff in high, it's ripping pretty good. Now, we are in all-wheel drive, I believe. Yeah, well, I accidentally took it out of all-wheel drive, and it looks like it slowed down quite a bit when I accidentally did that. Okay, yeah, now it's starting to spin quite a bit, but we're still making some good... Never mind. Okay, so let's say low plus and lockers on. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, if you think about how much it's having to pull at the moment, it's very, very impressive what this truck is doing right now. Like, extremely impressive. This truck, I mean, technically, with all the different versions of it, there's a, like, 4x2/4x4. There's like this one, which is like a 6x6/6x4 version. There's an 8x8. There's a 10x10. There's all sorts of different versions of this truck that you could essentially use to build yourself an entire fleet of these things to accomplish almost any task that you could think of in not even just Season 9, but any region in SnowRunner. Does that say shallow water, no diving? Okay, I really need to know who's diving into one of these water tanks. I need to know for, like, research purposes. Oh, geez. Oh, this is not great. Oh, no. All right. Well, let's see. Hold on. Let me back this thing up, because I think we found the limit of it, because it wouldn't go any further forward. It kind of gave up, and to be honest, the mud out here is pretty gnarly, pretty nasty, and for a truck like this to have made it as far as it did, that's still incredibly impressive. Now, I know it was able to get grip over here, so we're going to pull it back over here. Then we're going to kind of angle it, which, I mean, it's basically jackknifed right now. Don't worry about that. It's fine. And then We are going to... No. Oh, my God. There we go. All right. Low plus, lockers, all-wheel drive, and we'll drive it right the heck out of here. Now, I will say, for maneuverability, this box on the back, this utility box right here, is not the greatest thing for maneuverability of the trailer. So if you're going to be driving in and out of a lot of really tight areas, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're mostly going to be driving on more open roads or like long sweeping corners and you don't really have a lot of like tight areas to contend with, run the box, because you can keep like 2 extra spares and a bunch of other stuff with you as well. Now, let's see how this does. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's see how it does through here. I don't usually take vehicles through here, but I feel like it's a valid test. Oh, my God. All right, yeah, I'm putting the lockers on because... Oh, no. Did I? Well, maybe we shouldn't have gone in there. Yep, maybe that wasn't the greatest idea. We got to keep in mind that we are pulling a B-double right now, and this is larger than, like, 90% of the trailers you're ever going to pull in SnowRunner. So, with that in mind, I think it does still do a very, very, very good job at, you know, basically every obstacle you throw at it. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and bring it around right here. And, oh, God. A little bit of a yoink right into the... Really? Okay. Although, I gotta say, after putting that off-road bumper on it, the approach angle isn't terrible. Well, the approach angle isn't terrible, but I wanted to see how far we could get it before we actually high-centered it, and that gives us our answer right there. And I'm sure that there's going to be that person in the comments that's going to be like, you dummy, why didn't you go diagonally? That's the way you have to do that. And I'm like, well, I wanted to see how far it would go if we just drove it directly at it. Like, I was genuinely curious. Why was that tire not spinning? Even though my lockers were engaged, why was that tire not spinning? That was very, very, very weird. Like, what? All right, give it a little bit of a pull over here. It is not happy. It is not happy. Not even in the slightest. Okay, all right. Well, I think we found our limit for the dips obstacle. That's for dang sure. I'm gonna get you out of here. Well, this is just grand, isn't it? All right, easy, thank you. All right, and now that we're out of there, we can gear up for what is always the best part of these tests. Now, let me go ahead and bring up our mobile garage for just a moment. We're gonna switch over to the, I believe the highway gearbox is gearbox 2. So let's just verify that. And, oh, it is. Yeah, because that's the 8-speed. Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be so bad in the absolute best way. God, look at that thing, though. It's actually, whoa, don't, okay. God, GGMS made such a great truck that, like, you caught me just staring at it rather than actually trying to steer around freaking, you know, cones and barriers in the road. That's kind of a oof. Just like, let's not do that. It's got a really enjoyable interior. Like, I really, really like it. It's definitely one of those interiors where I could see myself spending a decent amount of gameplay time in here. Like, and it wouldn't feel... It wouldn't feel off. It wouldn't feel like, you know, it wouldn't feel like the truck wasn't meant to be used in first-person view. All right, let's make this quick left. Oh, feather the throttle. Try to get that momentum going up the hill. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Wind it out. Oh, geez. Okay, well, we're going to have to be, yep, we're going to have to start inside the truck. 7th. Ew, oh, my God. Ew. Well, it still runs. And somehow, miraculously so, we have no engine damage. We have some suspension damage, but that's literally it. I don't know how we got away with that, but you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm here to send it. I'm very okay with the fact that we basically had, like, other than some cosmetic damage and some suspension damage, there was almost no consequence for that. And that right there is is, like, insane in itself. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And if you're new around here and you would like to see more, hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. And I will see y'all next time. Talk to y'all later.